Hello to my YouTube friends. Happy Scrapper here. And today, it's going to be an interesting day. I've taken a little bit of a break from my YouTube channel as I've had a lot of work come in. I've been a pretty busy boy. But that's okay. So I thought I'd come back in a creative way. First of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you so far, all 100 plus subscribers to the Happy Scrapper channel. This was actually rather unexpected at this point, and it's pretty nice to have as many followers as I do. Mind you, I'm not a YouTube great. I get it. It's 100 people. To most YouTubers, they'd be like, whatever. But to me, that's pretty significant. And I appreciate you. So thank you. So that being said, what can I bring to the YouTube gold refining table that hasn't been done before? Funny thing, I happen to be the Happy Scrapper. I happen to be an incredibly strange guy. Pretty creative. Today, I introduce to you my own repurposing, if you will, of a popular kitchen tool, perhaps not owned by many. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I happened to come across this machine while I was in a thrift shop. And it was $20 Canadian. So I'm like, I wonder if that would work. And I stood there for, I'm not kidding, like 10 minutes staring at this machine. Picturing the gears rocking. I'm telling you, there was like smoke coming out my ears. Happy Scrapper was onto something. He was onto something. So I had to. I bought it. What is it? You've got to be asking yourself by now. And I've got to be like driving it just a little bit crazy. I want to know. Don't you worry. Got your back. Happy Scrapper's here to hit you with that. So what I'm talking about, my fine friends, is a chicken rotisserie. I got this thing and I'm like, I don't know. It's, you know, it's got these baskets, these cool little square baskets. They were steel. I was picturing it going around in this square basket. It's meant to spin. It's meant to hold potatoes and carrots and vegetables, but instead it's got ram chips. And I'm picturing it spinning around at like 450 degrees, and the solder melts and the pieces just fall off magically. And I thought, this has got to be one of my grand ideas that just, you know, it works up here. But in real life, meh. But it just so happens that this time I stuck with it. And I thought, this has got to work. I'm going to try it. Who knows? So I did. And today I'm happy to present with you, with a few modifications, of course, I am happy to present to you the rotisserie. If I don't drop it and cut myself. Which I did. Do I got a little blood to show here? It's just a little scrape. Can we see it? Come on, show Happy's injury. Look, I just dropped it and just lost skin. Son of a... Only the Happy Scrapper could be happy about cutting himself. Anyway, I introduced to you the rotisserie depopulator. This is a chicken wire with the square type, 1/2 inch grid. I did try the other type. This is not the first take. I tried the other type of chicken wire with the like kind of hexagonal shapes in there. You know what I'm saying? Those ones didn't work. Pieces would come out, ram sticks would fall out, and it just, you know, it wasn't great. Things were coming out the side. I had pieces coming out, sticking out the basket, and then coming in, ready to bounce off the elements. So I had to modify it. I had to figure it out. This is the modified and figured it out. What we have here, basically, I'll back up and give you a little show. Okay, so this gear and this gear and those two steel rods you see in the middle, that's what came with the rotisserie. This is what you're supposed to skewer the chicken on, and then it spins and cooks like so. So what I did is I took chicken wire and followed the grid, keeping it a little slightly smaller as to not interrupt the teeth, and built a basket. The first one I did was simply the outer side, this side here. I didn't have a top or bottom. It was just this, and I used these as the top and bottom. And I found that parts were slipping out this crack into my catch bin. So I had to try again. And Happy doesn't give up too easily. So I put a bit of time, put a little thought, and this is what I came up with. So basically, I've used copper wire from other electronics. They're power cords. I stripped the wire and I took the copper wire and I used it to lace this cylinder closed, so to speak. This will obviously withstand the heat. Also, what I did, and this just pops off, is I created a little lid here at the top, you see, with a copper hinge, of course. So that opens and closes, but it's also one solid unit. This has a floor on it as well, which I have stitched completely closed. So this allows me to have a basket within the device and not a single part can escape. So I'm happy with this. So I tried it. And it works. So today I'm going to take you on a journey of ram. Now I've got a lot of ram to depopulate. I've got like 60 pounds on a toll refine right now that I gotta depopulate, incinerate the chips, get at them fingers. You know how it goes already. This is going to be my first official bulk run of ram to see if this will actually work. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up, I think, with 1 pound or perhaps 2 pounds, depending on what it looks like, because as it rotates, if it's too full, things don't bounce around. So you need the parts to bounce around so that it, you know, it's basically like shaking, and once the solder starts to melt, the parts will then come off. So the intention is to fit as much as I can in here, hopefully 2 pounds. But it could even maybe take 3, but we're going to find out. I'm going to weigh it out. I'm going to put in what I can put in. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you the rotisserie itself. And then I'm going to preheat it. And then I'm going to put this in with the ram. I'm going to film it. And we're going to see how long it takes to depopulate said ram. So I'm going to fill this up. I appreciate you once again. Thank you again for watching The Happy Scrapper. And hopefully this works. If it does work, I'm going to make a quick little note right now. Okay? This was more like an experiment for fun. I really don't think with a basket this size, being able to do maybe 2 pounds at a time, I really don't think the amount of electricity used to depopulate 2 pounds is going to be financially viable for gold recovery profitability. It may not be viable. I'm not sure exactly, because I can't really single out the electricity bill to say this is what this thing cost. So if you're going to do this, I just want to recommend and just kind of state for the record that this is not, you know, hammer and chisel is going to get your stuff completely clean with a bit of time. You know, some people like to depopulate with a sand bath. Some people like to use a heat gun. Some people like to use a propane torch. Some people like to use, I mean, I've tried deep frying things, which, you know, spoiler alert, that's a video coming soon. So basically, many different ways to do this, and it's just a matter of what works for you, what is financially viable for you, and this is probably a method that you haven't thought of before, and I'm happy to present it to you so that maybe, just maybe, this might work. But we'll see. So let's make it work. Okay, so I've weighed out 2 pounds. And I'm just going to throw it in here and see. I mean, 2 pounds is, it's a good amount of RAM. Okay. There's always one. Get in there. So just close her up, and I like to make sure she's kind of lined up. Get a good straight line. Okay, so there we go. I just 2 pounds, and watching this spin, I'm thinking, you know, it might be overloaded. Oh, excuse me. On that note, I forgot to mention, cheers to you all. Yes, it's my taped up beer because this company didn't pay me. However, I thought it'd be a funny joke, and I just thought I'd say cheers to you all. So it doesn't move around as a lot. And that's kind of a big thing with this. It does move around a bit. I don't know. To be honest, I feel like I may have overfilled it with 2 pounds. We're gonna do a pound. Okay. Here we go. Okay, that's odd. There we go. All right. So in here, I have 1 pound of RAM. I really wanted to do 2, to be honest, but I think in order to do 2, this basket needs to be just slightly bigger. And since it's not, and since I'm filming for YouTube, to avoid embarrassing myself, I decided to go with a pound. I should have just stayed with 2 pounds. I like embarrassing myself. What am I thinking? Anyways, here we are with a pound of RAM. And you can see and hear the clear difference in how it moves around in it. That is essential to how this works. So, it's been long enough. Let's get to the rotisserie. Alright, so it's nighttime. It is nighttime and it is winter. It is cold out here. So I'm bundled up. Got my mask on, as I always do. Anybody in any of these processes, if you don't got one of these, P100, no less, rated P100, no less. This is how you protect yourself. This is incredibly important. Even doing something as simple as what I'm about to do. I'm not burning anything. But there's enough heat involved to still possibly, and possibly is all you need, to still possibly release, I believe it's the phenols. I don't know exactly what it's called, but there's a really, really shitty chemical within circuit boards, and it's a fire retardant. And you don't want to breathe that stuff in, because 2-3 years down the road, when you get lung cancer and you don't even smoke, you wouldn't even know where it came from. But that would most likely be where it came from. Incredibly dangerous stuff, guys. Don't take your health for granted. And don't think that, oh, you know, it's not so bad. It's bad. It's bad. Alright? Protect yourself. And that's what the Happy Scrapper says. And if you don't protect yourself, you didn't learn that shit from me. That's all I got to say. Seriously. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your neighbors. For real. Be safe. Always do your research. Never ever do this stuff. Anything to do with metals or gold, don't do it if you don't do your research first. For real. From the heart, y'all. From the heart. I'm saying. Okay? Let's keep each other safe. Let's keep each other alive. But let's keep each other getting gold. That's what I'm saying. So, without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this camera around, because we've had enough laughing at what I look like right now. Alright. I got my rotisserie all heated up. We're ready to go. So let's depopulate 1 pound of RAM in a chicken rotisserie for the first time on YouTube. I'm glad you're joining me. I'm excited. Let's do it. Alright, so here we go. This is the rotisserie. As you can see here, we got a timer. It'll run for up to 3 hours. You can have no heat and rotation, which we have absolutely no use for. There's normal rotation, which is what I will use. And then there's pause to sear, which I simply use to preheat. I don't know how hot this thing will go. But I do know that when I Googled how to cook chicken, it had a calculation that was similar to this at about, it was, what was it? It was double this time, 15 minutes at like 350. But this will cook chicken for 15 minutes a pound. So I am assuming it probably goes to like 450. I don't actually know. It doesn't say anywhere on the machine, doesn't say anywhere in the manual. It doesn't say how hot this thing goes. So, I don't know. That's okay, because I've already tried it. You may see, and you may notice in my catch pan, right up in there, that's some solder. I've used this before. I already know it works. I obviously wouldn't do a YouTube video if I was going to make a complete fool of myself. I wouldn't do that. Come on now. Anyway, of course I would. Anybody who knows the Happy Scrapper knows right away
I am more than happy to make a fool of myself. Anyways, here's our 1 pound of ram. It's pretty, isn't it? I think it's pretty. It's pretty. 1 pound of ram on showcase. Ta-da! Anyways, let's make it happen, guys. I'm gonna take my glass. Oh shit! Look at that. See? Yeah, fail right off the start. All right, I'll try that again. I'm gonna take this glass and I'm gonna take it right out of the equation for the moment. And we'll take our basket. Oh, it's hot already on the bottom. Shit, almost burnt myself. Damn. All right, it just slides in. See? Bada boom, bada bang. Just like so. We'll close this back up. And if it'll come without shattering, that would be great. There we go. Close it up. Good to go. It's all hot. Maybe we'll take that off. Gets really hot on the top. Yeah, it says it right here on the top. Caution! It's friggin' hot! Alright, so we're going to start rotation. There we go. It's a go. We are at 3 minutes in the video, so I'm just going to continue recording. I may fast forward it during editing. I may make you sit through it. I'm not sure. But I'm going to sit here and we'll see how long this takes. 3 minutes on the video is when this started. We are 15 seconds in. How excited are you? I'm absolutely loving it. I'm looking at that sticker ram right there. Oh, look at that sticker ram right there. My golly, they're going around pretty good. They're not bouncing around as much as I would have liked to see. But you know what? The happy scrapper's still happy. You know why? Because I'm not the sad scrapper. Jeez. Anyway, that's about all the commentary I can think of right about now. And I got so excited I'm almost out of breath. I am breathing through a mask after all. Huh. I didn't think that through. I just might pass out. But that's why you're watching, right? So as you can see, 1 pound is bouncing around rather nicely. And as you hear trucks pass in the distance, because I do live on the highway, one thing you're going to notice is the sound of the boards right now. They sound kind of brittle. They're hitting hard off of the metal mesh. You can hear it. You hear that? You hear that? Take note of that sound, because when the chips start heating up, they actually soften. And as they bounce off the cage, they sound completely different. So you start knowing, you can start kind of realizing when the chips are going to start falling off, because the boards themselves are starting to get up to that temperature. So you know that the solder is going to melt off. I really hope I'm making this video as exciting as possible as I can make it. I'm trying to be really, really upbeat and really, really excited, just so that you can still watch, because all it is a cylinder going around in a circle, and the happy scrapper understands. Don't you worry, I got your back, friends. Can you not believe the madness that's going on right now? These things are just going around in a damn circle. That's it. Oh, seriously, guys, I'm going to pass out. Oh, I didn't learn my lesson. Whew. It is hard to really do like an you couldn't like dictate a race in a mask. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't do NASCAR. In like a smoky, like there was a fire, some forest fire, and everybody had to wear a mask. They'd have to cancel NASCAR, man. You couldn't comment that shit. Commentate. You couldn't do it. You'd pass out. Oh, man. Whew. So, see what I did? I moved, and I friggin' kicked out the power cord. Whatever will go wrong, will go wrong. Here's the thing. Okay, so I blew the circuit breaker, y'all. God damn it, everything that'll go wrong will go wrong. I tripped on the cord, you see, and it unplugged. And that ended up blowing the damn circuit breaker. Because it's plugged in and now not working. Off. On. Off. On. Oh, wait. I got the wrong plug. Yes. You saw it first, y'all. You saw it first. This will only happen on the Happy Scrappers channel. Alright, hang on. And we're back! Just gonna hover this here. There we go. Okay. Oh man, you know, you gotta document this stuff, right? I mean, here's the thing. I should have thought this out first. But I didn't, of course. I thought, throw the plug in and film. Who cares? I really do hope you guys are laughing. As long as you guys are laughing, my mission is accomplished. So anyways, we're just watching this stuff go around in a circle. So for now, I'm going to turn off the camera until such time... Well, no, I guess I'm timing. It was 3 minutes, wasn't it? It's now at 8 minutes. So we're 5 minutes in. And not a whole lot going on. Round and round we go. When will the chips drop? Nobody knows. Well, that was an unfortunate mishap, I must say. That's going to kind of hurt the timing a little bit. Probably like a minute. Probably lost a minute because I unplugged the machine like a rookie. I may have just heard something hit the pan. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait and see. It might be time. No, I don't think I was hearing things. So we're just waiting for the first chip to drop. It has been over 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes actually, and still nothing. So, well, I do know that this machine works, even though it was preheated. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is probably not financially a good way to depopulate your RAM. It's not incredibly fast right off the get-go. I mean, it's taken a while. And honestly, I'm watching this RAM, it's not really moving around a whole lot. It's moving a bit. If I still had 2 pounds in there, it wouldn't be moving at all. So, that's going to make a big difference on how fast this actually works. I heard something. Oh, there we go. It has begun. Here we go. Let's pick up the camera here. Okay. Once one part falls, you can be basically assured that the rest are going to start to follow. You see that? It's all like, there you go. There's the chip. We got a chip. Haha! Another chip. Oh, there it's raining chips. Oh, can you believe it? Look at that. I love watching it. It's so much fun. Come on, drop them chips. Drop them chips like it was a, oh yeah, like a casino. You can see a lot of them haven't gone through the screen yet, but they're coming. They're coming. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is what makes the Happy Scrapper happy. I absolutely love it. It's so invigorating. You can call me weird if you want. I don't mind. Troll the shit out of my channel. I really don't care. I am a strange dude. This is awesome to me. This is like seeing gold in the sluice box up in the Arctic if I was on Gold Rush and working with Todd Hoffman. Yo, I'm telling you, this excites me. And you can laugh all you want. I'll laugh with you. I'm a seriously weird guy. Make it rain is what I'm saying. Make it rain. Look at them fall off. Oh, yeah. That's the ticket. That's right. Come on off. Yes, exit. Exit the barrel. That's exactly where you're supposed to go. We welcome you here in the pan of IC chips. You also have friends in the tiny MLCCs that we so love to depopulate by hand and have fly across the room. We so appreciate you being here. Welcome to the party. Yes. Yeah, it was boring at first, wasn't it? Yeah, you're glad you kept watching those like 6, 7, 8, 9 different minutes. 10, 15 different minutes. You're glad you sticked watching, didn't you? Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. Thank you for those of you who have kept watching. I know it was tough to get through. I tend to babble. However, this was worth it. Would you not agree? Come on, it's just enjoyable. You could be doing something else right now. That's the greatest thing. You could be doing something else right now. In fact, instead of filming, I could be just over here, hitting up the sandbath, depopulating many and many different cell phone boards that I have ready to be depopulated. I could also be over here, ready to crush, mill, and sift in my granite mortar and pestle into my tiny, tiny, super fine mesh. Yes, I do it in that. I could be doing that right here. Crush, crush, crush. It's depopulating. Crush, crush, crush. It's depopulating. It's still raining chips. Can you believe it, folks? Look at her go. I kind of sounded like Seinfeld there for a minute, didn't I? Oh man, I tell you can't get excited in a face mask. Whew, I don't know if it's because I'm a smoker, or because I'm wearing a face mask, or both, but damn, I could pass out right now, for real. Alright, so this is going really well. I'm looking at all these ram sticks, and there's literally just a couple that's got some chips left on there. And it's just a matter of time before they make the bounce. I can see that one there. Up top is coming around down the bottom. You should see it's stuck. It's not moving. It's this one. See, it's latched in here, you see? Latched itself, it's not moving. So it's not getting bounced around, and it still has all its chips. So there's a couple more up in there. Another one here, that's that latched one. You see, it's not losing its chips. It might. I'm just gonna give it a little more time. But for the most part, it's done. You know what I mean? That's just chips bouncing around in there. Look at all those chips. Those aren't on boards. It's all come off. That one there. There. Oh. I think it came unlodged. Oh no, here it is, here. You see? Come on, get out of there. We got another one here. Just a couple chips left on it. Not a whole lot left on there. There's one. That's the latched one. You see, it doesn't want to drop. I could probably help it out. but I'm not going to. I guess you can see as part of the experiment, you see, is when it gets caught up, if it's not moving around, it's not bouncing around, getting knocked around by all the other RAM, it's not going to get depopulated. As you can see, I mean, that one right there, you see, it's not losing anything. Oh, it lost one. Pieces are passing through. So, I stand corrected. The other pieces are passing through and hitting it. So, you know, it's just a matter of time. But for the most part, it looks pretty done. Oh yeah. There it is. It's lost a lot of chips now. Just a couple left. I'm going to use that one as to gauge. Yeah, I think it's clear. That one that's lodged. Oh no, it's got a couple on there still. There's. It became unlodged finally. It took all that time. Unless that's the one. So there's two. There's two sticks in there that are just refusing to relinquish their chips. But for the most part, that is done. So, you get the gist of it. And I just unplugged it with my knee again. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I did. Anyways, so you get the gist of it. As you can see, the catch pan catches the chips, the ones that decide to come out. The other ones just kind of float around and kind of help depopulate the rest of the chips. So, that's basically it. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to allow it to cool, which probably won't take long because it's cold as ice out here. And, we'll go through a quick little recap, and I'll end out the video. So, once again, it's the chicken rotisserie depopulation method. And, I mean, it works. If you can afford the energy it takes to depopulate in this manner, or if you can make a much larger one of these, it's probably pretty efficient. But, you know, it's more efficient should you be doing other things at the same time, and get a system going. I mean, because technically it works. It's just a matter of loading and unloading.
All right, so this is the result. I'm back in the happy layer here, and I was just about to kind of go through it. Got a couple sticks. I know there's a couple sticks that kept their chips. There's one, kept half its chips. But for the most part, are... There's still some little stuff on there. See that? Still some of the little stuff on there, actually. I mean, if I had to let it run, maybe, I don't know. Probably just on that one chip, too. I haven't felt any others. Oh, there's a couple chips. Oh, there's a chip. Oh, and there's a couple. So, that's it. For the most part. I mean... They all came very clean. And, aside from these 5. And they just weren't knocking around. I mean, if the basket was slightly bigger, which it can go a little bigger in that machine. The basket's still a bit small. This is what I'm referring to. It can still be a little wider, you know, probably by like this much. And that would probably prevent them from getting caught. So it's still, I guess, a work in progress. But as you can see, I mean... We got depopulation of basically everything. If they bounced around a little more, some of those ram sticks that still have some of these little things, like these here. Stuff like that. I mean, if there was a little bit more bouncing around in there, it would all come off, for sure. So, I like to declare the rotisserie as a success. It really does depend on your preference and how you can go about it. You know what I mean? So, if that's the way that it works for you, you know, for me personally, I throw a bunch in there, I let it run, and then I do other things as well. So it's kind of doing things as I'm doing things, because it only takes a second to load up a basket and to unload it as well. So, you know, it's... I don't want to recommend this, and I'd want to say always, of course, take caution and consider that in order to heat that element within that rotisserie, it does take a considerable amount of electricity. So that being said, you know, it's my experiment and it happened to work. I was staring at it in the store and pictured it. I brought it home and made it happen. And that's what the Happy Scrapper does. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I'll have some more videos for you in the very near future. Have a good one.